From Godfather 2 to Garfield 2. Let's talk us some cinema, because I need to use this film degree somehow.
Ahoy, mateys! For a safe voyage, be sure to stay seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the boat. And watch your children. And remember, no flash pictures. Now off with you!
Before we get started today, I'm not here to rank or rate these movies. Pirates of the Caribbean is a fantastic trilogy. Or duology, if you're not into the weird shit. Or you're racist. 4 and 5? Did they happen? Did they happen? My opinion on the trilogy is quite irrelevant today. This is a film analysis and appreciation series, not Rotten Tomatoes. Whilst these days Johnny Depp may lend his name to summer filler and domestic abuse cases, it's important to remember that the original Pirates was a modern day classic. And not only do we not talk about them enough, but I feel like the Bruckheimer pirate films were sort of the dying remnants of pure cinema. I want to prove that they are culturally significant movies! A series that shows the staying power of contemporary Hollywood. You see, 2003? Very different time for movies. And Pirates set out with the pure-hearted, almost old-fashioned notion of making a fun, summer blockbuster. Not a superhero, not a brand, not an extended universe in sight. On top of that, it was a period piece. In a time that the Hollywood epic had long since been dead, and a movie based off a theme park ride seemed like box office bad news. And still it spanned a new franchise, back when ideas decided IPs. Iconic music, set pieces and characters from something that did not stem from a TV, comic book, video game. It's almost unheard of now. Actually, Pirates isn't even original because it was a ride. Yeah, a ride which it borrowed nearly nothing from other than a couple iconography gags. Hell, the movie was so its own thing, they actually went back and retrofitted Jack Sparrow into their ride. Opinions on this are, But, for a movie based off a ride, the first Pirates film got the gold. 9th best-selling franchise in the world gold. You had iconic characters, set pieces, and a theme! Dude, you had a soundtrack orchestral theme! How much more classic Hollywood can you even get? And by classic, I mean, hey, come on now. I'm like 10. Pirates is pure American cinema, even down to its anti-hero bad boys, and that perfect blend of action comedy that doesn't pander to kids, but is all-inclusive. The Marvel formula, we call it these days. Like, I think Disney own that. I think they own that trademark now, that's theirs. Just legally. But mostly, Pirates is just fun. Yeah, you get your cliche stock "arr" sort of pirates, but then you also get to embrace all the rapey, dirty filth of the original ride as well. Part historical, part cartoon, all fun. Hey guys, remember what movies used to be like? I want to talk about the 2000s. A period of time where a new IP can emerge just through fun and originality. Not through universe sharing or brand recognition, through just being a traditional piece of cinema. Something that if you're not a comic, franchise, video game or fad, good luck. What was I talking about here? Pirates. My point here is that these were the last years where you could make a new series from the ground up without question. Whilst the pirate films did eventually become their own franchise, one that didn't bow out very gracefully at all. There was once a point in time where pirates could have done anything. Opened the book and done something far more amazing than kickstarting any old cinematic universe. I believe the Pirates of the Caribbean was a lost opportunity at kickstarting an entire new genre. And I dub thee the Swashbuckler. And hey, cinema has had period dramas before. When hasn't it? Hollywood has got its cowboy westerns, Japanese cinema has the samurai shambara, and the war genre, we all own that, we all did the wars. Like, what happened to this potential swashbuckler genre? Well, I'll tell you. It could have happened in 2003. Curse of the Black Pearl. A hypothetical landmark film. A film that predated Iron Man and the superhero resurface by 5 years. All I'm saying is, we could be watching pirate movies right now instead of superhero flicks. A pirate parallel world. With beards. Like, seriously, name 3 pirate movies. I'll wait. So, Hook, that's a good one. Treasure Island, the classic. And, Muppets Treasure Island? I'm telling you, it's an untapped market. Big boy film theorist Chandler, no, not that one, described film genre as a critical tool that helps us study texts and audience responses to texts by dividing them into categories based on common elements. And codes and conventions wise, Pirates fits the bill. The American counterpart, the Western, for example, is a classic example of genre fatigue. See, genres only occur if they appeal to something in cultural history. The Westerns were huge to US cinema because they are distinctively America issues, themes, and patriotism. A more cynical man might tell you that there are means of whitewashing the sins of the history, including the cultural consciousness, but hey, that's none of my business. For a pirate genre to catch on, they'd have to say something about today. What is it about this depiction of the sea that appeals to us in the 21st century? Every genre serves a purpose, and every genre comes to fruition for reasons. The samurai genre connects the traditionalist part of Japan to their lineage, and the superhero genre can extend to tackling modern sensibilities of justice and terrorism in a post-9/11 America. Iron Man struck gold by having an American billionaire power fantasy nuke the shit out of some Islamic terrorists. That just happened to fill a spot for them, I guess. So how'd you do the same to the golden age of piracy? How'd you make pirate outlaws relatable and relevant to, say, Dave from accounting? Through intelligent escapism.
Ho, ho, yo, ho, a pirate's life for me.
Surprisingly, Disney doesn't shy away from the whole historical aspect of pirates. None of these characters are Disney-branded pirates, and I love them for that. Like, sure, they're seen as some mad, rapey vibes, but at the same time, you cast Jeffrey Rush, Oscar-winning actor, and you bring him in to play a fun cartoon pirate. It's great. Are you believing in ghost stories? 'Cause you're in one, Miss One. Fuck, I love Barbossa. Without taking itself too seriously, they managed to convey that pirates are dirty alcoholics. Some more fleas than teeth. They love to pillage and rape. Those are their 2 favourite things to do. Smee, these ain't. Yeah, but haters hate Smee because they ain't Smee. My absolute favourite thing about these films is that they truly embrace the nature of scoundrels.
You cheated. Pirate.
Everybody is out to backstab everybody else in these films. But instead of that making for a cast of shitty, unrelatable anti-heroes for main characters, it's the lovable Robin Hood rogue effects. Because hey, if everyone's a bastard, why not? The life of landlubbers in these films are a cold life of executions, sexism, and shithousing.
Take what you can. Give nothing back.
This is all great until you realise that many of our pirate heroes are actually used and abused ex-Navy men. It's just Jack who seems to be a genuine skis-ball. And even then he's a skis-ball who doesn't kill, condemns slavery, and generally saves the day. Oh yeah, remember when they removed the most important line in this entire series?
I contracted you to deliver cargo on my behalf. You chose to liberate it.
People aren't cargo, mate.
Nice. That deleted scene tells you everything you need to know about the pirate series. It's how they make the lovable rogues lovable. Because Jack, as much of a terrible person and criminal that he is the good guy. That's a pretty fucking pessimistic message about society. Also, hey, why was this scene deleted? Nah, I guess the character isn't that important. The bit where the Jack steals the peanut from the other Jack? Essential viewing. Hollywood is obsessed with portraying icons of heroism. Despite being a battle-hating coward, Sparrow actually returns for his crew and saves them from the Kraken's attack. The first thing we see him do is save a complete stranger, an act that he is punished for. Yeah, he may be a morally dubious trickster archetype, but in literary terms, he's still a hero, because the land is not the place for heroes. Despite all of his crimes and selfish acts, Sparrow has no murder on his criminal record. Jack claims to be a man of his word, and for the most part, when it matters, he is. Because ironically, Captain Jack Sparrow might just be the most honest person in the series.
Why should I sail with any of you? 4 of you have tried to kill me in the past. 1 of you succeeded.
Jack's true goal is to be the last pirate. It's suitable that he lives in an age where he and his kind are outlawed. But it's not just his crew, his very era is being hunted down. And with a dying era goes a dying way of life. So if Jack's idea of freedom is the open seas, away from society's rulings, then his personal hell would be land.
Do you get it? It's a metaphor.
The life of a pirate is framed in these films to be the antithesis of the establishment. A romantic version of a simpler time. That's how it connects from Dave from accounting. Was his name Dave? Oh, love Dave. Thanks for supporting the industry, Dave. They're the rebels of history, just not American history, which in part might have something to do with the reason it didn't connect as a genre. Hunters from Wales, England, France, and the Netherlands who were forced into the outlaw life of bandits. Bandits with a baller ship under that black flag. Swan, Jack, Noddington, Blackbeard, even Davy Jones are all British. But that's just history, them be the facts! And who wants to watch a film about Brits? Am I right? Hey, do more funny things, Hugh Grant! The end message of the Pirates movies teach me one thing. Society is a mistake and true freedom is found amongst the seas. And sometimes it's hard to disagree with that sentiment, marking and romanticizing an era where escapism from society's bindings was an actual option. And whilst we can't escape to the seas ourselves, we get a new form of escapism.
Media.
I could wax about Pirate Lord Elizabeth Swann and feminism for a whole mini-series, but let's just say, England land? Elizabeth is a corset-wearing bride, on the seas a liberated pirate lord. And you're telling me these are meant to be the bad guys? And it doesn't end there. The disabled, the people of colour, the hammerhead shark men, all equal in a way united by their desperation on the seas. There's true freedom outside of class boundaries, slavery, prejudice. This little dude isn't just here for comic relief. Watch the films, he has a kill count. Don't get me wrong, it's still a bloody, dirty free-for-all out there. But our characters transcend prejudice, slavery, and class boundaries, without society defining who you should be. Jack don't care about gold! Jack cares about liberty. So what was with the waning decline of the pirate series? Well, in cineliterate film terms, they made the not good movies. Yeah, that's what you go to film school for. 15 years later, and the series is beaten out by Boss Baby. Boss Baby. One of the best-selling franchises in the world. Only Boss Baby. Next episode on Boss Baby. Well, the answer is obvious. In the first Pirates of the Caribbean, tell me, who is the main character? Because I tell ya, it ain't Jack. Disney made the key mistake of ruining their fun comedic relief through overexposure. Jack Sparrow, he's everyone's favourite character, but he also becomes an overplayed trump card, and he made audiences sick of him. No god, get him out of the ride. That thing was sacred. You even made the ride about you, you drunk fuck. The theme park nerd in me says I should probably stick up for the ride about here. Pirates of the Caribbean is a atmosphere ride. Presenting to you a world full of zany characters, it's a set piece. But there is no story, per se. Adding Jack into every set piece creates a new narrative. Now instead of immersion, it becomes a game of Spot Jack. Ironically, both the ride and the films are Jack obsessed. So who is the main character of the Pirate series? If we go by the traditional Star Wars model, we have Luke, the doe-eyed dream boy, Leia, the plucky princess, and Han, the lovable rogue who everybody secretly wants to be. Traditionally, Will Turner is the hero. Bored dreamer boy yonders for more and is dragged into an absolute romp. see there's that word again, to save the princess and sword fight evil to become a travelled, wizened badass. See, he even has his own dramatic villain father reveal. And by that logic, you have your Han Solo and your Princess Leia. But from another alternative, I'd argue the original trilogy is the story of Liz Swan, the most relevant and developed of the three. Will is basically a plank of wood, and Jack is specifically designed to undergo no development. So it's clearly the liberated princess who takes charge of not only the Black Pearl, but the men in her life who fight over her. Mad props! Yes, use your spinning charge attack, Liz! The focus, the story, and the development is all in her favour. Pirates has no main character! Free of your genre conventions, bitch! All three get the spotlight to become seafaring badasses, but also take turns being the damsel in distress. Until 4. 4 is just the Jack show, and 5 is like 2 hours of bad Jack stand-up. We got collectively tired of Jack Sparrow, and I hate that they made me do this to my trickster archetype favourites. Sorry fan culture, some characters just work better shrouded in mystery. Good in short bursts. No, we don't need the prequel movie. And when you burn out your iconic character a decade down the line, what else have you got to stand on? What would a Pirates of the Caribbean cinematic universe look like? A Norrington standalone? The Hammerhead guy? Barbossa spin-off? Oh, come on Sam, you'd watch that last one in a heartbeat. But a casual moviegoer wouldn't. And this is how Disney not only squandered the series potential, but so much more. The swashbuckler genre deserved a chance, and 2003 was the time it was gonna happen. The popular resurgence of the period drama would be huge. It'd probably hark a return to the Hollywood epics. But this time we've got CGI. And with 1 and 2, and the really fucking weird and batshit surreal 3, I believe that was the road we were headed on. But no, they made more. And not just more Pirates of the Caribbean movies. Oh, no. You thought that you wanted to see pirates? No, you were wrong. The actual pattern was that you wanted to see theme park ride movies. Yeah, that's what made it so popular and successful. Somewhere out there is a Disney exec who fought for this. Tomorrowland was his passion project. Country Bears was the Iron Man of Disney. What? And all I'm saying is, I don't see no Disneyland Paris expanded universe these days. Do you? Likeable characters, old school filmmaking, light entertainment that has subtext that actually says something. Nope. Gorbinski's worldwide success put Eddie Murphy in the Haunted Mansion. So enjoy your Batman and your Spider-Man, because they are here to stay. And that is how you miss making movie magic history.